Crypto Keo here, and back giving you some news. Actually, it's not really. Well, I guess it is news. I know that I've maybe 2 or 3 videos ago, I had a video about this YouTuber. He trades futures, and he has a lot of great insights. And I wanted you guys to listen to the stuff that he's saying right now. It has nothing to do with cryptocurrency, but it has everything to do if you're in you're in the U.S. It has everything to do with the U.S. dollar, and I'm just trying to give you information to so that you can be prepared, have maybe a backup plan. And I know cryptocurrencies are very volatile, but whatever you feel is the right thing to do. Have a backup plan if in case the dollar begins to have no value anymore. So let me just start this video, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Later on, I'm gonna leave a link to his YouTube video, and I guess that's it.
Epic ride. At one point, the Dow Jones Industrial Average was up almost to 200 points. Then, all of a sudden, for what seemed like for no reason, we had a hard reversal. The Dow Jones Industrial Average dipped into the negative 100 points, finishing up for the day about 55 points, while both the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 finished in the negative. So what happened? What drove this today? You will not hear what I'm about to tell you on any of the financial channels. They're going to try to cover this up, and most of them probably don't even know what drove the market today. However, they are talking about the dollar, and it's falling off of a cliff. Nobody that I know of out here has been ringing the alarm louder than me with regard to the dollar. This entire year, going back for a few months, I've been explaining to you the meltdown that has been occurring, and today was the finale, and that's what drove the market. It has to do with Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin. Now, why did the market gyrate like this? Let's just get it out here, and let me explain this to you in a very plain language. The United States has now had a material change regarding monetary policy. A material change regarding monetary policy. Earlier in the day, when stocks were vaulting higher, Mnuchin came out talking about how the weak dollar is good for trade. However, what rocked the market, and this is the kicker here, people, Mnuchin is now abandoning the strong U.S. dollar policy for a stable U.S. dollar policy. I mean, it's tremendous, and it rocked the market. Why would it affect the market like that? Let's go over that just real quick. Again, this is a material change in monetary policy that we have not seen in probably, I can't remember the last time. The U.S. always has or has had a strong dollar policy, despite what's actually going on with the dollar. This is why there are so many dollar bills out here, because the U.S. has maintained a strong dollar policy. Now, Mnuchin, no more strong dollar policy. It is now a stable dollar policy. Again, talking about how the weaker dollar is good for trade. Okay, the fact that the United States, under this guy here, under President Trump as well, because he knows what's going on, quite obviously, this material change is a dynamic in this market that I don't believe the market actually liked. Why? Again, this material change in U.S. monetary policy should warrant a credit rating downgrade. Nobody is talking about this, but it's a fact. It's just like, for example, if you were applying for credit or whatever your credit score might be, and there's a material change in whatever it might have to do with your financial stability, well, guess what? Your credit score would change. It's the same thing here. It's humongous. Now, not only is this huge, and you saw how the market reacted today, we're going to see how this bleeds out over the next couple of days. It also lets us understand another dynamic that I've been speaking about like every day. That is the effect of what bonds are doing. Now, this morning I explained to you how the U.S. 10-year yield was 2.61 at that time. Bond yields did creep up today. The 10 years 2.65, I believe. That's because bonds sold off also on the back of this news. But there's also a compensatory mechanism going on here. So let me speak about that a little bit. Now, a lot of you out here who follow my work have heard me talk about Jeffrey Gundlach, and he had a red line here. He put his red line with regard to the 10-year yield at 2.63. The material change today put out by Secretary Mnuchin changes that dynamic big time, and I wish I don't know Jeffrey Gundlach personally. I wish I did. I would call him, because this pushes his red line further out. There's no doubt about it. It pushes it.
So he has a lot of verbiage that I guess if you're investing, you would know it a little more. It would be a little bit easier to digest. But what he's actually trying to say is that it's almost like there's a secret that everyone knows except for you, and they're going to tell you at the last minute. Or let's say you're going to a concert and everyone knows that concert is canceled except for you, because nobody's telling you. Or they didn't send the email because they don't want you to refund the money. I don't know if that's a good analogy, but everyone that is trading with currency, people that are managing money, know what's going on with the value, except for the regular people like us, the people that go to work every single day, that the only time that they use the currency, US dollar, is to pay for things, not to buy and sell and see how high it is and trade. So they have no idea what's going on, and at the last minute I just feel like the ball is going to be dropped, and some of these people are going to be left with all these US dollars that have no value. I'm going to continue the video. If you guys want to continue watching it, you can. At the end he says something really good. Let me see if I could fast forward it to if I can maybe, let's see right here, maybe this.
And I think honestly that more than likely the financial experts on Bloomberg and CNBC, this just flew right over their head. They don't even have any clue. Some of them do, but most of them, earlier when the market was going down, they were like, what's going on? Why is the market off of its highs? And I started digging. I didn't even know at first. I'm like, what happened? Then all of a sudden, bam, I found this. I'm like, that's it. There you go. Sometimes you got to do a little digging here. Now, I did not enter a new position today. All of you understand what I did. I closed SPY pretty crash and quantitative easing. This is humongous. I cannot stress that enough. Now, if you notice what happened here, gold vaulted higher, silver put on like 3%, cryptocurrencies went higher almost across the board. So, also understand this. You just got poorer. You lost purchasing power today big time. It's going to...
And that's one of the things that I wanted to emphasize right there. Even though you have the same paper in your wallet, in your in your purse, and you're exchanging it for things that you need, the value of it is going to be less and less and less, and no one is talking about this.
How many times have you been hearing this guy say sitting
It's
here
not recovering.
explaining to you that this dollar, there's no end in sight to it. Every single time this dollar has tried to recover over the past, I don't know, maybe month or so, because I've been covering it, couldn't do it for this reason. Couldn't do it for this reason. Obviously, there were some currency traders, big ones, that knew this was coming, obviously. So there you go. It's no secret. Look, I am more than certain that this change in U.S. monetary policy was broadcast to all of the major banks before it happened. So they knew before you. You understand? This is...
So, like I was explaining before, they're telling these people about exactly what's going to happen so that they can prepare for it. They can move their money to a place where it's safer, where the value of the currency is going up instead of going down. But they're not telling the common people that this is going on. Of course, you know, the obvious reason is everyone's just going to start going into cryptocurrency, and then next you know, just like the depression of the 1920s, around there, things are going to happen in that manner. So they don't want people to panic, but at the same time, what is going to happen to the people that don't invest in currencies, don't know anything about the value of currency, how it drops in value. Okay, so let me just continue letting you hear this.
Also, material inside information. This is front running as well. Mnuchin is front running the banks. Look, this whole thing, it's not real, it's fake, it's rigged, and it's corrupt. Somebody's been writing comments here, and they have nailed it. What we're witnessing here, people, is a crime scene. It is a crime scene. And I hope I've put a little light onto the dynamics that are in play right now. Also, really, if you have a minute, go over to Greg Hunter's channel. You know him if you know my work. Listen to the last interview that I did with him. I explained all of this before it even happened. Why we were going to see inflation. This plays right into it, people. Look, I don't have a crystal ball, but I think I have a really good handle on being able to put dynamics together and come up with a conclusion that is logical. And I hope sincerely that I've been doing that for you, all of you, so you can understand how to protect yourself in this environment. Become your own central bank, people. Bet against this debt. It's going to get monumentally worse on the back of this new policy here, this stable dollar policy. Now the U.S. has abandoned the strong dollar policy. This is, again, I can't get over it. It's huge. This is going to open the door to a currency war that you cannot believe. All of the other central banks are going to have to follow suit here. They have no choice. And who's going to suffer? You are. I am. Anyone who has a piece of paper on it with numbers printed on it that is being dispersed by a bankrupt government is going to suffer here. Now, people, as in the beginning of this video, I think I have covered some critical information. If you agree with me, I'm going to ask you for a favor, especially those of you, and like I said.
Okay, so I'm going to leave the link below. If you guys want, you can subscribe to him. I really would. Even though he talks a lot about, his trades for the day, he has a lot of valuable information about the future, about your future. I just feel like, we need to be proactive instead of reactive and find different ways to secure our livelihood, our family's livelihood, and our future. Once again, this is Crypto Keo, and I'm just, I really enjoy this. I enjoy, finding news about crypto, finding news about, the currency or the state of the currency that we use right now. Trying to help you build wealth with the new revolution that's coming, which is cryptocurrency. Once again, this is Crypto Keo. Subscribe, like this video, and I'm gonna leave a link to his video, you know, just subscribe to his video, or share it with someone else. I think this is really valuable information. All right, well, I'll see you next video.